All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Motivational Monday with Luann B. I'm so excited on this beautiful sunny Monday here in Minnesota that I have the pleasure of Miss Tanya Villar, the Southern Muse, to join us tonight because I have just been participating in a 40-day challenge with her and other amazing women. And I wanted to share with you what that was all about and the results that we were getting in this 40-day challenge because it's so much fun. Right, Tanya?
Yes. And and just so you know, the 40-day is designed to be 5 8-day challenges. And prior to this, Luann has participated with Money and Life Freedom. And in that, it was a 40-day process that we added to that course. Because what we found is that, everyone gets the aha and the breakthrough in the weekend. And then when we go home, it's like, how do we integrate that? Because when we go home, right, not everyone was with us that we go home to, right?
I think that's a really key point that I want to address because we go to lots and lots. Anyone who's listening to this goes to lots and lots of personal development and always seeking personal growth. And we have fabulous weekends. We have awesome breakthroughs in those weekends, but then we go back home and it's so easy to fall back into our old ways. It like sucks you right in.
It does.
It's the thing we call the vicious cycle, right? And we do it over and over again. And so truly integrating what you've learned. And what I love about the 40-day challenge is I want to take it beyond integration. It's embodying it.
Yes.
And that has been, I think, the missing piece for me in the past, right? I mean, look at me. I get to hang out with the Transformational Leadership Council, right? I get bombarded with fabulous messages, but then I come home and I try and sort through it for myself. And how do I implement all this stuff? And it's not implementing all of that stuff. It's embodying who I am and the tools that work best for me. And Tanya has, what did we call them? SPF. Simple, profound, fun.
That's it.
Put your SPF on, girls.
SPF in it, girl.
Put your SPF on and really embody that which you want to live, the way in which you want to live.
And Luann, everyone listening, I know you go, yeah, I just read that in a book. Oh, yeah. I'm getting these signs from the universe. Oh, yeah, you're so right. What you're saying is resonating, And so we go to these weekends and we resonate and we're with like-minded people and like loving people.
Right. That's what we were talking about on Sunday.
The second piece. Now you see me get up and walk, pay no mind to that. That's just because I live by a train track. And I will stand up and walk. I thought I heard a toot, but we're going to still talk. I can talk and walk at the same time. I've been practicing. So what I want you to know, it's then when we come home, we're in a habitual loving pattern at our house. And when we go to these weekend experiences, we allow ourselves to love bigger. And I'm not saying you don't love big at home. I'm saying you love big at home. And one of the reasons that we all go outside of our houses to think new thoughts is because at our home, we know there's something just ain't just humming.
So I think, and I can look around me, and I'm not going to show everybody what they can't see.
Yes.
The other thing is all our baggage is at home.
Amen. Well, we don't show our personal growth family.
Right. But we've talked about this before, and when I go on my retreat weekends that I conduct for other people, the transformational treks into the wilderness that we take people on, right? I'm in a whole nother spiritual place
And
it's
what do you do
because
for yourself, Luann? Like, let's just like bring this to everyone's awareness. Like, when you're preparing to teach those weekends, how do you treat yourself the week before?
how do I treat myself the week before?
Like when you know you have a weekend retreat and
I
you
am
have paid customers.
I am laser focused on making sure that that is the best trip ever, retreat ever for them. All my energy is focused in that to make sure it's ready to rock and roll and support them.
And then you begin eating better, meditating more, slowing down in the mornings, pulling your intentions together. And now, if you're selling, let's talk about how you behave. If it isn't enrolled yet, how do you treat yourself in the morning?
Well, I still do those things in the morning now.
Okay,
Historically,
good. That's what I want people to see.
Historically, it would be I have tasks to do to get people registered. Got to do this, got to do that, And then there was no, well, in my mindset, and I wanted to be there. In my mindset, there was no time, which makes the body feel anxious and stressed out and worried and all those words,
And then can you be in the same frequency of love?
No.
You see what I mean? Like, you see, so I started noticing that about me, Luann. I started noticing when I was about to go teach a Money and Life Freedom Weekend, or if I, like when I enrolled in Janet and Chris's Live My Destiny weekend. Before I would go that whole week, I'd start picking up my wardrobe. Like, what will I wear? Everything became intentional for myself.
Right.
Like, how am I going to, because one of the courses I taught in Austin, and what I used to think why I was taught to lead and teach that was because I was 400 pounds and I was one of the top enrollers. And so I thought when I was chosen to teach the image weekend, like how to project a helpful image, or how do you project an image where people want to come to you. What I always did, and what I didn't know I was doing, and why Bill chose me, he told me, was because he didn't know how a 400-pound woman could be bringing in all these customers.
Interesting.
I perplexed him. He didn't agree with what I did. I was full on access. I mean, I didn't believe in makeup. I was just like, this is who I am, full of hostility. Obviously. 400 pounds going, you either take all of this or none of it. But I'll turn your organization around.
Right.
And that energy I hold when there's an organization I love, that I'll sit with the top people and say that. And I know they judge the hell out of what I used to look like. So now being in this same arena and looking totally different, I can see how I had a public side and I had a private side. And I also, within my public persona, I had a private one and I had a public one. And I started seeing, what's the difference between when I was enrolling like that, and now that this is something that I'm putting out, what's the difference? So that's why I wanted to tell you some history, so you can see the only difference was how I treated myself. So that when we began to uncover in our awesome spontaneous conversations on Sunday mornings before we even think, which I love, right when the neurons are fresh and we haven't made up all these crazy ass stories about the day. On a Sunday, supposedly a holy day, that, we get up and just fire off stuff. I started to see something new yesterday. And that what was different because I don't believe, nor does quantum physics support, nor does any ancient text support that it takes time for anything to happen. What all the ancient scriptures say, it's our belief about time, belief about our space and time that keeps us away from our promised land. It's not time itself. It doesn't take time in the quantum world. It doesn't take more energy to create a penny than it does $1 million. It's the same amount of energy. It's what filters am I pulling it through? And so when I and Cheryl began to walk authentically, eat, pray, love each day, it was scary as heck to think I was going to wake up and not have a calendar. I still wake up some mornings thinking I have lost my mind. And then by the time my foot hits the ground and I start dancing, doing these 8-day challenges, I remember I haven't. So the thing is, there isn't any one day you get there and you master this, boo-boo. We are masters dancing now. And so embodying that is, how would you craft your morning if you were a master now? And that's how you plan your day. And that's you hold to that schedule. So with that provocative question,
Sure.
well, how would your day look if you were a master now and you had access to unlimited wealth and you've already bought all the stuff you wanted to buy and you did all that, feed your little girl all the things you didn't get to eat, and you bought all the toys your little girl never got to buy? If that's all been done, how would you live your days?
And you're asking me to respond for our audience?
That's the big question.
I always go with what first came to me, and it was I would be with people.
Be with people? What would you see? That's a good word. And is it okay, Luann, if we free flow like this? And I ask your word? Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, so yay. Okay, so you would be with people. Doing what? Because you're with people every morning when you wake up. You're with your husband.
Well, the vision I got is of being with someone that I was coaching, that I was there to support and love and serve.
Okay. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay. So, really, is that fun?
Yes.
I don't think so. Your face looks worried as hell. Okay, so listen. That means to be your customer, I have to be weak. I have to be someone that needs coaching. That means I must not know too much. And then, I don't mean that in a negative way. When I say I want to be a coach, I'm just reading your words and the tone. Okay, boo-boo?
Yep.
So we're getting close to it. So I don't want anyone listening to this after the fact to take some of the things I'm saying out of context, because you know, Luann's been on a long journey in money and life freedom since August. She's been staying connected since even before that, February. So we're talking about words, and she's smiling as I'm saying these things because she's starting to hear herself.
Right.
Okay, so she's starting to hear some things and she's feeling the freedom, so she's kind of excited. So for everyone listening, know that this is not like the first time I'm doing a figure 8 with Luann. Okay, we've done these before. Yeah. Okay, so
free flowing off each other.
That's right. Good.
To learn and grow.
So please remind me of those 3 words that you said, that when you're with people, you're coaching, you're supporting, and
loving, serving.
Loving and serving. Okay. Now, if you love to serve, you need to be in a waitress, because now we're talking about embodiment.
Okay.
Because the way you serve, my boo-boo, is you speak.
It's my oracle.
Right?
Yes.
And you also inspire from the stage.
Yes.
Don't you think that's like your number one?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're going to coach body, you want to get people to be better on the stage than you are.
Okay.
See, if you're going to be a coach, then you got to be playing the same game, and you're going to teach them how to play the game better than you.
Okay.
So you find the thing you're the best at. Like, I'm best at reading bodies and reading words and reading micro movements. So I want to teach a group of women how to do that better than me. So they can take that skill and put it in their business. That's the only thing I'm qualified to coach. That I could say I'm better at you at that thing, and I can get you better than me at that thing. So when I say what sparkles you, I see you get most revved up when you are about to get on stage.
True.
Oh, look at you. You're starting to glow right now. You're excellent on these radio shows. You have an excellent sense of timing. You have an excellent sense of back of the room, front of the room, side of the room, end of the room, bottom of the room. You're like excellent. So the words you would use, you want to host events. You see what I'm saying? See the difference?
Yes, and I do host events, but you're right, that language, I got you.
You get it?
Yep.
And the coaching clients you want aren't people that are having life issues. That's not your specialty. You can do it. Heck yeah. You can sit down and give advice. I guess so. You're best friends with like the leading transformational leaders. You've got like the pulse on like the best people in the world to do. You know who to send to who. You could be a friggin' clearinghouse.
True.
Because of your Rolodex, because you've worked for these people, with these people for so long.
With these people, thank you.
That you could teach others how to be that expert. You get it? And what happens is when a collective of us get together, we talk about, we've been talking about this idea. It is possible right now for a group of us to get together and do a 4-hour work week. And with the internet, that's what I specialize in. That's the others. Like, you have a hosting skill, and you have a speaking skill, and you have details and organization skills. You have checklists already written. How to run back of the room further. You've got so much wealth.
I had checklists in my head. I don't even need to print them anymore.
That's right.
You said that the other day about journaling. You and Cheryl are responding immediately to what's going on in your head, right? Where what you train us to do during the 40 days is to journal what's going on in our head so we can see it and then turn it around to the positive. So journaling is just one piece of it, So, what Tanya's doing here is a lot of what you get throughout the 40-day challenge in our Zoom room conversations, our Sunday morning tea with Tanya, which is like one of the best times because it is like this sacred, quiet time. Like, my husband looks at me like, what? An 8 o'clock phone call on Sunday mornings? And I'm like, no, it's the greatest thing. Because truly I am
fresh neurologically, man.
Fresh, at peace, nowhere to go, not, typically except to get to church at my time, but, much more relaxed than most other days, and so it is a really special, sacred time. And this last 40-day challenge was through the Easter season, and so it was also a very special, sacred time. But we're going to do this again, right, Tanya?
We're doing this again, and also something else that's going to be leading into what's going on is I can see this 40-day I'm going to let you know if it's going to begin May 1st or May 8th. It may begin May 8th because I'm scheduling around Mother's Day. Because when we go through a 40-day, I like to see where the first ones start and the second one's in, and we're doing the wrap up. Anyone that wants to know about the next 40-day and wants to hear the results that women had on this 40-day, I am doing a Thursday night on the Southern Muse. We're now changing Activate Your Calling to the Southern Muse Talk Show on Thursday nights.
Thursday nights, and that's always open to everyone.
Everyone.
Right? It's open to the public Thursday nights.
7 p.m.
Just like Motivational Monday is for End Monday. You got Thursdays with Tanya. Got to have them.
That's it. Southern Muse Thursdays. Because what we realized is that the title Activate Your Calling wasn't bringing in as many, even though the topics are the same, other things are the same, and this is the thing that you're going to go through as an aspiring coach, as an aspiring personal growth leader. I mean, who I'm searching for are the next Marianne Williamson, next Oprah Winfrey's, the next, great poets. I mean, we have some on our team already. I can't wait, till some of our beautiful authors get their stuff out there, which is coming up soon. What I'm saying is, we are the next generation. You are who you've been waiting for. And I know it sounds so freaking cliche, but I can't help myself.
It's true.
What I'm saying. So on the 19th, we're going to, not only am I going to share with everyone how this past year I've changed physically, financially, career-wise, romantic-wise, my relationship, everything's getting better, and how scared it made me. Like, I think that's the thing. We all talk about, oh, when I get this, yay. But you know what? No one ever talks about when you get everything you want, how the body freaks out. And I want to talk a little bit about that, because also in this 40 days, yes, and Luann, you can speak to it. When everything started going right in your life during this 40-day, didn't you hit a couple of days of overwhelm?
Well, absolutely. And today was actually another one. The weekend was so fantastic. The revelations that I had. Tanya asked us on Sunday morning, it is time of resurrection. What did you resurrect in your life? And it was like, blow me away kind of question, And it wasn't until I was sitting in Sunday Mass that it really hit me that what I really resurrected was my connection to God, divine source. I really started to own it in this 40 days. Have I been practicing it for a long time? I have. But I was embodying it and really owning that. So I feel like that was the resurrection for me. So that was a big revelation yesterday. And then I just really relaxed the rest of the day, enjoying my family. It was fantastic. Oh, and last night came home from the family gatherings, and what was on but the premiere on TV of Heaven is for Real. And I'm like, I'm not doing a thing. I was going to come home and clean and do stuff, and I went, nope, I'm sitting down. I'm watching this movie because it's so good. And I love it. And so just a full day of all of that high frequency vibration. And so today there was this angst going on. And for about half the day, there was this old voice in the back of my head giving me a hard time of, who do you think you are kind of attitude, And I was really listening and going, okay, why is this happening today? And until this moment, I hadn't pinpointed that was my body was freaking out. Like, wait a minute, right? Because really it was saying other things, but the whole premise behind it was, who do you think you are?
Right. And okay, so perfect. Okay, so when I know a train's coming, so I'm moving. When you were young, Luann, and you did something spectacular, okay? You're the youngest, right?
Well, 6 out of 7, so pretty close.
That's what I'm saying. You're in the low end of the pack, and you are also shorter, right?
Now we're all short, but
Okay, but I get it. But in your world, whenever you hang out with your friends,
yeah. Oh yeah.
when you went to school,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
all right, okay,
Tiny. Yep.
and in your family, there's 5 taller than you. If you're 6. You know, they're 5 old all the time. You're always around people older, better, longer. Blah, 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 blah. That isn't true.
Oh, right. Right.
But that's the filter.
That's been running in my.
That's the aha filter, right? So I got to tell you this. When you take that filter off, sweetheart, that's what you're doing. Your body freaks out. And the filter of taking out that you are doing this, it's like all your brothers and sisters or all those other voices come imploding because those are programmed in your brain.
Sure.
And they always got said right when you did something amazing.
Sure. That makes perfect sense.
So if you don't, you almost expect something bad to happen in order to validate you just did something great.
Interesting.
So now what do you see? What if it isn't they said anything wrong? It's just that they were just habitually always only paying attention when you're doing something really great. And then they go, oh, who you think you are, Miss Grow Pants? Look who just showed up here.
I think the point that I want to make, and I want to make sure we're on our time schedule here tonight. So is that the growth that I've had through the 40 days has been quantum, right?
Right.
And yet, like you said earlier, we never master it. We're masters of the journey. And so you will still have days like I had or moments like I had today. But now I've learned to inquire with those. Instead of let them take over, I inquire, okay, what's going on? And one of the greatest things that I will work to practice all my life, I'm sure, is slow down, relax. Because when that anxiety comes, the typical reaction is go do more, go do more, go do more. And no, you'd be proud of me today. I told my marketing gal I'd call her as soon as I could after 3:00, and I got home at 3:00 and went, I need a meditation.
Yes.
I need a meditation, or this conversation is just going to be full of anxiety. And I went to take a 20-minute meditation that ended up to be 25. And when I got done and I called her, we had a sweet, beautiful conversation that went really smoothly. And boom, 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 things got done that this morning I was all anxietied up about. And that's why I asked if I could speak to her, because I was full of, we got to get these things out. And then I just went, no, let's just reach out to her, see if she's available. And then I had to take that extra step of the meditation. And I feel much better this evening than I was feeling throughout the day, rushing from appointment to appointment, what have you.
And I got to tell you, Luann, your whole appearance has changed. Your coloring has changed. The twinkle in your eye has changed. You can go look at Motivational Mondays when you first started them and look at yourself now.
I'll bet you're right. I mean, I know she's right. She's always right.
Because I watch bodies. That's why. I mean, that's my specialty. Luann has her specialties, and she'll knock your socks off with what this woman can do. And every muse on our team has that special thing. And what we're doing on the team is lovingly encouraging ourselves first. We take responsibility for encouraging, like doing our meditation. We don't come to the table angst up.
Right.
We won't do that to our sister. We just won't do that because we all have done personal growth long enough to know if I'm bitching about someone, it's all my stuff.
Right.
However, we do create space for us to do such as that, because we're also the women that could sit there and listen without taking it personal. See, there's 2 sides of that figure 8.
Yeah.
right? Because it's also, we're not disembodied spirits yet. So I am going to get frustrated with you, Luann. You are going to be and have been frustrated with me.
Sure.
And we understand and hold responsibility. Like, hey, I'm fizzing to say something. I know it's my stuff. Just give me a moment.
Right. And we can hold each other accountable to go, I think that was your stuff.
Yeah, and that's the part where I think in the Southern Muse team I did that for years. I did what you just demoed with me and you and I have done that game for years. It's never helped any organization get off the ground. Okay, I know we're all trained, and if you've read these books, and definitely if you're on her mailing list, Luann's mailing list, you're a master already. So I say the next part of our mastery is that we can sit, and if someone we know that's in personal growth, been in personal growth, read the same books we have, we don't need to correct them.
Right.
It's almost like the second part of this is having a forum so you can say whatever you want to say and be heard. Once you feel heard, once I feel heard, guess what? Boom. We each get our solution.
I love that.
And that's where this goes. And I know you're a passion test for businesswoman, and I know that's one of the key pieces you help facilitate, Luann.
Yes.
So what's your next passion test for business? Like, how do you go through that in your business with how you teach passion test when it comes to that kind of, when everyone feels so safe that everyone starts to bitch? That's a good sign in an organization. Did you know that?
It is. And I think what you're saying, if I'm understanding you correctly, is I create this safe space where that allows that to come out, and that we can have a conversation, and where no one in the room feels like they're being attacked personally. We're just talking about the greater good of the organization and what each person's perspective is on what's happening. So it brings it out into the open, and it opens up such great communication. And so I think too, what you were saying is that coming together on the 40-day challenge with the Muses allows everyone to open themselves up authentically and share what's going on. And actually what happens is we end up laughing at ourselves, going, oh my gosh, do you know what I did? And I know exactly why. And I know what old baggage that was coming from, and I get it now, and I see it, and that's so cool, right? So I just love keeping to go through these challenges, and so I want to remind people they're simple, profound, and fun challenges to come through with us and experience it and apply in your everyday life. They're little things, dancing and singing in the morning time when you're getting ready to go to work. Dancing and singing. Well, you can't dance in the car. I kind of do. I do a little chair dance in the car.
Exactly, because
my gosh,
that tailbone, right?
Right, the tailbone. Did I tell you about I heard Gay Hendricks, he's a transformational leader. He was asked what the word abundance means to him, and he said, it's a bun dance. Shake your buns.
Yeah. Okay, so do we have time, Dan, for me to go over the 5 challenges and what part of the body they hit? Anyone can go to my, and what happens is you can go in any one of these challenges. They hit different parts of the body, and when you do the 40-day, it integrates from the top all the way down to your feet. So that's how it was designed. Okay. Do I have time for that to do it real quick?
I'm not getting the warning signal, but I'm a little worried we're going to get cut off.
Okay. What time do we have?
Well, because I'm on typically on 40 minutes, and we've actually used that. But it's so funny, maybe the universe is supporting us here. So we can try, but let's do one more thing.
Okay, good.
And commit before you do that. So if we lose everybody, that at the end of this, that they can visit thesouthernmuse.com. They can visit luannb.com, and they will find out more materials, more information about when the next challenge starts. And you can follow the Southern Muse on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook, and they will be in all those locations, so that you can get on this next challenge with us and keep informed on when it's going to start, May 1st or May 8th. But be prepared for that. And it's just $170. Oh, yeah. And she does a reading in advance to know what specific part of your body is clogged up.
That's it. Like, which one of these is going to help, right?
Right. Which one's the most important for you? Yep. They're all good.
Yeah. So the 5 domains, first we start with I'm feeling good, and you understand how emotions go through the body and the spinal column. Then we start dancing to I Am Beautiful challenge, which brings up your appreciation for your own inner beauty, and we start calling forth your sacred self, okay, with very powerful I am statements and movements. Then the third one is Money Makes Her Smile, which is hilarious on so many ways because it's a fun dance, right? And it is one of those kind of rapper songs that helps you really get into your lower chakras below your belly button area. Then there's one I'm missing off the top of my head, but then the final one is I Am Home. The other one will come up in a minute. But the I Am Home one really gets it into the bottom of your feet, all the way so even to where you start affecting your home environment. Because what we're starting to see in the research is that by changing just a table setting, yes, just a table setting in your home, you can change the way you feel and how you attract money in your home, how you attract love in your home. How are you loving your home? Okay, the things you already have manifested. So that challenge was very interesting, channeling it as well as doing it. Oh yeah, the other one was
I Am Majestic, isn't it?
It's the one that did it with the hallelujah. Okay, I did one that had the 2 hallelujahs, the left, the right, the up, the down, the in, the out. That's the one right before the home one, and that's the one that works with your solar plexus, your gut reaction. So with that one's I Am Power. Of course, that's the one I'm leaving out. The one is I Am Power. I am overflow and I am power.
There you go.
That's the one you get to understand how the body works. Like if you want to go left, you got to wonder why before you decide to, or you might just want to check going right if it feels, it's like what you did earlier when you said, wait a minute, why am I feeling this today?
Right.
It's when you stop yourself in the middle of a habitual motion and say, am I running this motion, or is this motion trying to run me? Just hold on to me in it. And by the time you get to that, the 4th challenge, you've already had so much awareness in the other 3 that you start going, I got this. And it initiates some power from your gut, And then when you free your gut up, then your legs can start walking. I mean, the thing is, it's all connected. We can think these thoughts all day long, but we will sit on our butts and not do anything until we get some jug up in our hips. We got to move it. So that's why these challenges are simple, profound, and fun, and they're effective.
Right, absolutely.
And all the science backs it up. And not only that, who cares about science? Because bottom line, when it comes down to it, if it works, it works. And it works. And so that's what I'm excited about. So I'm excited to take and guide and be with and to help and have fun and enjoy another set of women going forth. So, again, I'll keep Luann posted on how many. Last time we only accepted 8 seats. This time we'll see if we can accept more, but I think we're going to keep it at 8 for the upgrade, and then we'll see. But I'll keep you posted to keep
Yes,
you posted. Okay.
absolutely.
Oh, this has been
And
so
I'll
much
look
fun.
forward to being a part of hosting another
Yes.
40-day challenge and inviting all my friends to join us in the next one as well.
Oh,
So
that'd be awesome.
keeps us in the flow.
Yes, ma'am.
Flow of currency of the figure 8. So it's so
Amen.
awesome. All righty, so you know where to find us if you want to join us, and we promise to keep you posted on when things are starting up, and we look forward to getting to meet all of you and helping you to get into your flow with ease and grace. It's so much fun.
Amen. Okay, much love, Pumpkin. I love you.
Much love. Good night, everyone.
Bye. Mwah.